Last minute betting. We're here. Tuesday tips, baby. Brought to you by OddsJam, the premier odds comparison company for sports bettors worldwide. That's right. Don't forget about the OddsJam Partner Program link below in the description. Please go there right now. You get 50% revenue share. Get paid to share OddsJam. And don't forget about the picks. Me, Mike, Tony, in DubClub. We got a link below in the description. 14-day free trial. 14 days, folks. Now, come on. What the hell are you waiting for? Huh? What are you waiting for? Go there now. We got a special guest, Mert. Mert will be here in a little bit. He just texted me, said he was almost home. Stephen Batza, how about them Blues? Unfortunately, -1.5 did not hit. That was my big prediction last night. But you know what? They have another big prediction tonight, Mike.
Oh, well, -1.5 was probably, yeah, that was pushing it. But the money line came through, and I think a lot of people might have jumped on that money line last night. It was probably a good spot to take the Blues money line. I mean, they certainly are still in the playoff hunt. They needed that game bad. Definitely needed those 2 points. Was a little worried that, they were going to be content with just getting to overtime and taking the 1 point, because boy, early on in that overtime, Edmonton was turning them over like crazy, and Bennington bailed them out in that overtime for sure.
And there's Merce. What's up, buddy?
Merce.
With your boy there. All right.
Yep.
Awesome.
Good to see you.
Good to see you guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
How's life been treating you?
Doing great. It's beautiful. I know that a lot of people are getting storms right now, and we're like 65, 70 degrees. So
You're liking that?
Yeah.
Right. So tell me, how's the betting been going?
It's been going pretty good. Last month was a little bit of an up and down month for sure. Just some bigger highs and some kind of lower lows, and that's kind of the way it goes. But we keep trucking along, and we were still green, and that's the way it goes.
Isn't that weird how that works? I had my best month ever.
Wow. Yep. Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. Speaking of which, Blues money line was on the EV page last night for some good value. So an incredible play last night to hit.
Yep, I had that as well, actually. I had that from the Positive EV page on like an offshore book. I think it was Bet Online, had it at like 133 or 137 or something. So
are you ready? Are your Avalanche going to take over Dallas? Are they going to take over the conference or not, you think?
They're scaring me. They really need to. If they don't put it together, they're going to have a really tough kind of matchup showing up in the playoffs. And I don't think that they realize what they're up for if they don't kind of take care of business, or at least put their best foot forward here. So I wouldn't, honestly, with what they've showed, I'm not so you know what I mean? I'm not so secure or so confident in my team right now.
Right. Well, let me tell you something here. Okay. Just if they don't get first place, they don't get first place in the division, they're going to wind up playing Winnipeg. All right.
Mm-hmm.
If they do get first place in the division, they're either playing the Kings or the Blues.
Yep.
The first round. And I'm telling you right now, Merce, with the way Jordan Bennington's playing, you don't want to play the Blues in the first round. Trust me.
No. I mean, that's exactly kind of there's no good way around of it. You know, if you go for number one, like I think honestly with the Kings you have a good shot, but then again you can't guarantee that you're going to get that matchup. So then you're looking at the Jets, or you're looking at potentially, as you said, going against the Bennington wall.
Oh yeah, and it's a wall right now too.
If I'm the Avs, I'll take the look. The Kings are a good team. I'm not taking away from them, but Winnipeg and St. Louis, two divisional teams, two teams that Winnipeg's a real tough first round matchup for you, but and the Blues as well. That could be intriguing, but ultimately, I don't think Colorado gets upset in the first round, although if they play Winnipeg or the Blues, you're probably looking at a longer series than you may think. But either way, I do think Colorado should get out of the first round.
Jays, Astros over 8.5. I like that Kings money line, Mike. What do you think?
Impossible.
Say that again. Kings money line. They don't play tonight.
He must be talking about Sacramento.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, talking about I'm sorry. Yeah, he's talking about NBA. Yeah.
Late season NBA is so tough. It's so tough.
It really is.
It is.
It really, really is.
I'm playing the Clippers.
Yeah.
I do love that over 8.5. I think that there's been runs scored early on in the season and in spurts. And so I think if you can pick the right matchups, those overs are looking really good to start.
Are you ready for a Stevie B parlay? Braves run line, Red Sox run line, Dodgers run line, plus 976, boosted to plus 1464 on BetMGM, $20 maximum for $312. Woo, nice.
For the record,
man.
I'm a mental math kind of person. It's hard not to be plus EV if you have something that you had at 9,000 and or whatever 900, and then you boost it to 1,400. You're almost 50% higher value.
Right.
There's no way that's not positive expected value.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, definitely like that. Thoughts on Jays Astros over? Yeah, I think we can roll with that. And how about the Astros? Hadn't won a game all year, looking awful, and they get a no hitter last night.
Unbelievable. First
who saw that coming? Crazy. As bad as they looked against the Yankees, then they get that performance last night. But yeah, I would roll with the over in a Toronto game and a Houston game early on. Looking at Houston, definitely expect them to give up some runs especially after coming off of a no-hit performance. So yeah, I like that. That Rays, Rays Rangers. We took the over in last night. That one came through. 9 runs by Texas. Tampa Bay pitched in 3. The 9 was enough by Texas, though. But yeah, let's roll with it.
One of the only few teams not to consistently get the over is my Rockies. And it's not because they're not giving up runs; it's they can't score any. It's kind of hard to get over 8 runs if you're losing 6-0.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, your Rockies are not very good.
Yeah.
They're not going. When Dakota Hudson is one of your main starters, you're in trouble.
I've said it for years, not to go into a deep thing, but if you're asking Kyle Freeland and before that, Herman Marquez to be your aces, and for year after year, for 7 years in a row, and you're doing it again and again, and you think that that's going to be a productive ball team, isn't that the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results?
Exactly. Yes, you're absolutely right. And that's what they do. I agree with you 100%. You thought that was funny, hon?
Yeah, this is little Ari. Say hi, buddy.
How you doing? You're on TV. Did you know that?
Yeah.
He's showing his shows. Yeah. So it's a 20-second thing. He's into X-Men 97 right now, which is the coolest thing because that's a show that I watched when I was a kid Saturday morning. So we get to share that together, and it's.
But Daddy, no, this is the new one.
I know.
X-Men is pretty goated for me too, bro. So yeah.
But this is a new one.
Yes, the new one. Yes.
But I have another new one.
Do you want to go watch for a minute? You want to go watch?
That is awesome, buddy.
So
I gotta ask then, who is?
I'm gonna go downstairs and put it on the TV and turn out the sound.
Okay. You do that and you have fun, buddy.
Heck yeah. Who's his favorite? Who's his favorite character?
So right now I'd say Storm.
Storm. Okay.
You like Storm?
She's pretty good. She's pretty bad, man. Yeah, Storm is not one to mess with. Can't go wrong there. She's an OG, you know.
No, exactly. She's Omega level, as they say.
Exactly. So yeah. No, big X-Men fan here too, bro. Love it, man. So that's awesome, man. Enjoy that with your boy and taking in them memories, man, because there's nothing like it.
Thanks. That's the best.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. All right, Mike, why don't you go to the EV page and see if you can find something.
Man, there's a lot out there earlier. There was a lot out there when we looked last night. This is that time of night where we're gonna start seeing some value. So let's refresh and let's jump into it.
Looks like MGM has some prop value there for you.
They do. This play looks outstanding. Plus 100. Look at what everywhere else is pricing that at. Holy cow. So we'll want to move on BetMGM and lock that in.
That's honestly exactly what I was doing as we were speaking.
That's freaking insane right there, man. So that's in that Utah-Indiana State game, and we will ride with that college basketball player prop and tremendous line on that at plus odds. You consider most books are probably, look at Fliff just ripping people off at minus 180 on that play. I mean, just ripping people. Caesars as well, minus 170, just terrible.
Yeah, you're right. Called Caesar out to Fliff. You expect it. Like, their juice is just crazy. Caesars is supposed to be like a professional book. What are they doing there? Look at that juice. You thirsty, bro?
Yeah,
that's insane. Minus 170 coming from Caesars on that play. That's just awful right there, man. I mean, they're juicing it like you said. Look at the penny line on this thing, man. Minus 150, which obviously is got some juice too, but man, 170. Wow.
All right, so I need help here. Stop for a second.
Okay.
I need you guys' advice very quickly here. It's Threes Day on DraftKings. I'm taking the Mavericks Warriors game.
Okay.
Field goal scorer. Am I taking Curry, Doncic, Thompson, or Irving?
To be true, like EV minded, I'd say depends on the odds.
Curry's plus 180, Doncic plus 270, Thompson plus 350, Kyrie plus 380.
Yeah. So I remember looking, this is just my own things, that I'd say that Kyrie's first basket was pretty positive EV when I was searching earlier. I don't know how that translates to first three and all that,
right.
But I remember, I think I locked in. Who did I lock in?
Okay, so I got to vote for Kyrie. Right?
I locked in Keontae. I actually locked in Keontae George was who I locked in.
Okay. Well, I mean, no, that's not going to wind up. Mike, Curry, Doncic, Thompson, or Irving?
And what are we wanting to know here?
I want to know who's going to score the first three in this game.
The first three in this game. Okay.
It's Threes Day.
Oh man. Yeah, I mean that's a tough one. That's a tough
All right,
one.
I'll do it myself. Luka.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
totally
what I'm doing. And here's the thing. He's plus 270, but it doesn't matter because for every three that is recorded in the game, I'm getting a free bet. 50
it is
cents.
A highly positive EV.
Right. And if you can catch the guy hitting the 3-pointer, that's just extra money.
Yeah.
Oh, Justin's with me on Doncic. Start out. Okay. All right.
Man, this one's dicey here. This Wemby under 25.5 points at -120. Definitely value on it, but we know that Wemby can play. But this is against Denver here tonight, so
you have blowout potential.
So maybe that plays a role in it. I think we're going to lock it in and go with it anyway. I'm fine with it.
Justin wants to know about Paul George under 26.5 points with Leonard out.
Yeah, I mean, I would still roll with it, honestly. I mean, this is a pretty important game for the Kings. They're still trying to get out of that play-in position they're in now and get back into the top 6 if they can. And the Clippers are kind of where they're at is kind of where they're at. They could drop more if they continue to lose some games here, but I think the Clippers are pretty well set where they're at. Kings need to try to climb out of that. I'll go with.
I got to help Stephen Batts out. Red Sox -2.5. Can you look that up? Laddering or the Braves for the same stat. So, if you'll let me take over, Mike. I'm Bob.
What about Bob? We got a first 3 innings total runs on Boston over 2.5. I mean,
that's total runs for both teams, not on Boston. It's for both of them.
That's fine. That's fine. Then why not? If the A's pitch in, we're expecting Boston to do most of that, but why not?
Yeah, those have been good. Those have been good to me so far, so I would agree with you on that one.
Possibly up to 3.5. All right, let me look this up for you, Steven. One of my favorite things to do is find ladder plays. So let's go to MLB.
You want ladder plays, FanDuel strikeouts. That's your go-to.
Well, he's looking at laddering on the Red Sox game on the run line. So let's take a look. I mean, hell, we're at -1.5. And if I'm looking at alt lines, -1.5. Too bad you can't find -2 on some of these. -2.5 all the way up to -3.5, which is +280. So if you think they're going to win by 4 runs or more, but the guy who is pitching tonight is Wood. Is that who's pitching tonight, Mike? I think
you're right.
For Oakland.
And I know he had a terrible first game, but he's not one that I would normally consider betting against in this kind of situation. You could go 1.5, 2.5, and up to 3.5. I wouldn't go any more than that. Now, as far as the Braves are concerned, let's take a look at that game very quickly. That's the Braves and the White Sox, because the White Sox are so terrible. Obviously, not as good a value on the
You'll
Braves.
have to share your screen again, Bob.
I'm going to.
Anyone remember when Ozzie Guillen was the manager?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The Braves is not. I mean, it's not as good a value. -115, -2.5 is +135, -3.5 is +195. So, kind of, what route are you wanting to take there is really what it all boils down to. Let me put myself in Illinois real quick.
I mean, I would ladder the Braves before the Red Sox. I mean, you look at how many runs they're scoring here early in this season. 9 against the Phillies, 12 against the Phillies, 4 in a loss, then 9 yesterday in the 8-inning rain out against the White Sox. I mean, the Braves probably going to score a lot of runs here tonight.
I think, honestly, the Braves are going to score a lot of runs most nights.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Lopez against, this guy's name is either Crotchet or Crochet. Crochet. I have no idea. Might have to look that up, see how you pronounce that.
Yeah.
So he says maybe the Braves instead might be the better route to take. Let's look up Crochet here real quick.
Yeah, I would take the Braves instead.
I would too.
Okay.
The problem is no matter how you pronounce his name, he did have a good start in his. Now, granted, his first start was against the Tigers. So Braves are definitely a much different offense for him to be going up against. Yeah, an impressive start for him. He looked good, but not sure he's the type of pitcher that's going to be able to deal with this Braves offense if all things are clicking for them. So, I'll pass.
The problem with that lineup, with the Braves lineup going against it is.
Did you hear that?
What?
Listen.
Garrett Crochet.
That's his name, Garrett Crochet. Yeah. Now we know.
Maybe he's got a hobby in the future.
Yeah, might
so
be an
what I would say, the problem with facing against the Braves lineup is they just have so many people who could damage you throughout the lineup, whether it's long ball, doubles, small ball speed. I mean, you've really got to be locked in throughout a lineup and 2.5 to 3 times through a lineup. It's just hard for a lot of young guys, even if they got stuff to do that,
Right. Well,
yeah, and you got Ozzie Albies in that 2 spot that's already got 7 RBIs here to start the season, having a couple of home runs. I mean, right now Albies is off to a really hot start. Acuna and Riley have they've just kind of been they haven't even got going yet. So I mean, this Braves lineup is just ridiculous right now. It's tough to deal with.
Agreed. But that Dodgers lineup is tough too.
Oh, we're not talking. Yeah, but I mean, we're talking about Braves White Sox here. I mean, there's no doubt. I think the Braves get the job done. But I mean, look, Bob, Braves lineups tough to deal with too. And you're right, Dodgers. That adding Teoscar Hernandez is good.
That's why at the beginning of the season, the Braves were number 1 in the power ratings because of the fact of their lineup up and down. They can kill you anywhere. Emmanuel Quickly's assist line ripped way down.
Injuries? Any injuries?
I don't know. Don't know much about Emmanuel.
That would be
I got to be honest with you, Mike.
I don't know what's going on there in terms of the line movement. You got it at -120. Now it's at play. Yeah, something's changed in that lineup. Would be my guess.
Maybe they're people out.
Huh?
There's got to be people
almost, buddy.
Yeah.
Or somebody's.
Somebody had to have been scratched. My guess is somebody had to have been scratched. Something like that had to have happened that makes the production go way down.
Right. Exactly.
We got Anthony Davis, who is we don't know if he's playing tonight. And I think they're playing. That line's 13. Davis and James probably play.
Boucher, is that how you say his name? Chris Boucher, power forward for the Raptors, he's out.
Yeah, he's been out though.
Yeah, he's been out for a bit.
Oh, he just got ruled out for today's game.
Okay.
And then what else they got? They had Carton, Trent Jr., and how do you say his name? Agbaji?
Agbaji, yeah, he's
Agbaji.
Yeah, so he's out also. So maybe that's why they got a bunch of guys out, and he don't have anybody to pass the
dish
ball
to. Yeah, if you
that and on top of AD and LeBron likely both going to play tonight is going to factor in as well.
And maybe having anything to play for, maybe turn on the defense.
Right.
Lock down the turnovers or steals, things like that, and just make it harder to get the production, the assists.
Right. Right.
This is a game the Lakers should win pretty easily.
I got a big prediction for you guys. Big prediction tonight: Blackhawks over the Islanders in Long Island. I'm taking the Blackhawks. It didn't come through last night with the Blues, but they won. So, I'm trying to eliminate the Islanders so the Red Wings will get in the playoffs so Jordan Thackeray can be happy.
Not afraid of the back-to-back?
Nah.
Well, that's more. I mean, Islanders played last night in overtime against Philadelphia. Right. That was a bummer for us. But yeah, I mean that could. I mean, that's maybe more reason to back the Blackhawks in this situation.
Yeah, you're right. I actually totally even forgot about the overtime game.
Exactly. Yeah. I'll tell you what. You know what I saw in the stats today? Do you know that Boston has had 15 overtime losses?
Wow.
So you get a point for every one of those, right? That's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
St. Louis had 4. When you start adding in those overtime loss points, tell you what, they add up when you have that many.
That's like almost half of some teams' total point totals. You know what I mean? Some of the bad teams.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Well, here's the thing with the Islanders. Last time they had a back-to-back was the 23rd and 24th. They beat Winnipeg on the first night 6-3. Then they lost to the Devils 4-0. So, and then before that, they went the 16th and 17th. They lost both of those games to Ottawa and the Rangers. And then before that, they played the Ducks on the 10th, beat them 6-1. Played the 11th, lost to the Kings 3-0. So a lot of times on these back-to-backs, the Islanders are getting shut out even. So that's interesting. And now, again, Chicago's not a great team. We have to take that into consideration. But back-to-backs have not been kind to the Islanders.
Yep.
The Islanders also have 15 overtime losses, which is the only thing that's keeping them in the race. They're 3 points out of a playoff spot right now. So those overtime losses is just amazing. How many teams? There are several teams that are in double digits in overtime losses. And that, Seattle's 31, 30, and 13.
Disappointing.
And they have 15, overtime losses.
Yeah, it's crazy.
See, I expected Seattle to be better this year.
Oh, I did too.
I expected them to make the playoffs. In fact, I thought they had a chance to maybe go on a run, but
I don't think Grubauer's a great goaltender, man. I'm telling you, these people get on. You had him in Colorado.
I was gonna say ex-Avs fan here. You're preaching to the choir.
I know. I mean, I just think he was overrated, and Seattle thought they would. That was in the expansion draft. They picked him up, and what a great move, by the.
They got to the playoffs last year, and but yeah, you're right.
Grubauer's just not that good.
I agree with you.
Of course, look at what happened with Darcy Kemper. Wins a cup and, gets exiled to, where's he at, Washington?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I feel bad for his people who get exiled to Phoenix. You know what I mean? That's a funny hockey arena, and the locker room is actually outside the arena. You have to take a little walkway from the locker rooms to the.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Well, one thing's for sure, they're probably never going to have a winter classic in Phoenix. I don't see that coming. I really don't.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think I'm right too. All right, folks. You know what? That does it for the show tonight. Great job, Merce, as always.
Appreciate you guys. Always a blast. Ari, you want to come say bye? You want to come say
bye? Merce. Say bye, buddy. Come say bye.
There he is.
See you, buddy.
There he is. See you, bud. Bye.
We'll see you next time, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for having us.